Hello everyone, I'm here to answer a client question, and this time the client question is on forgiveness. Her question to me is, Gayatri, does forgiveness play a very important role in deciding how long the relationship lasts? Which means the more you forgive, the more the relationship lasts or survives. The answer to her question, or my answer to her question, is yes, forgiveness is important in relationships, and only when you forgive, you will be able to forget and move on. And it is important that you forget also, right? How do I understand if I have forgiven or not? So, the biggest message or indicator is when you don't bring the past into the current, which means we are fighting about something, we as partners are fighting about something in the now, and either of us or both of us are bringing the past into the current situation, or we are talking about the past mistakes, then it is a very clear indicator that we thought that we have forgiven our partners, but we haven't really, because we haven't forgotten. We are bringing the past into the present, right? So whenever forgiving is not followed by forgetting, it is a very clear indicator that we haven't forgiven. Okay. Now, having said that, is forgiveness the only reason for a relationship to last? Definitely not. It's a myth actually. Only when I forgive, the relationship would be surviving is a myth actually, because the relationship should always be understood in the context of how happy and unhappy are you in that relationship. It should never be based on this belief that I have to forgive in order to remain in the relationship, and that's the only way to make the relationship last, is an obligation rather. So you should never actually encourage this kind of a mindset that you need to keep forgiving. In fact, wherever you're not able to forgive and forget, it is a clear indicator that either your boundaries are violated, or there is a reason why you're hurt, or you're not able to talk about your emotions of your hurt or what you've gone through, or your communication is not effective. So we need to process on that, we need to work on that, we need to sit with ourselves and understand our emotions, thoughts and behaviors, and then communicate the same thing with our partner. And only when there is a safe space, like even the partner encourages you to talk about what's hurting you, I think the situation would be resolved. The behavior, the necessary behavioral changes will happen, and the emotions are addressed. Therefore, we would be ready to forgive and also forget. So, that is important for a relationship, but not the mindset that I have to keep forgiving for the relationship to last is a myth. Please don't encourage that either in yourself or in your partner also. The second, the most important aspect, always keep this in mind, that how happy and unhappy you are in the relationship, that requires your attention, rather than the mindset that we need to keep the relationship lasting. That should not be your focal point. The focal point should be your emotions, like how happy and unhappy am I in the relationship, and am I able to communicate that to my partner. Thank you.